Hi class, this is my second reflection video. So my major learning outcomes from the readings. First one was about that quantitative research is mainly statistic driven. I picked out a quote there. This quote basically means that quantitative research involves predictions based on the data being collected. Then I learned a little bit about the independent and dependent variables. Both of these need to be tested separately because the research needs to test the difference because the research needs to test the cause and effect of these different variables. And then a little bit about the differences between directional versus non-directional hypothesis. Directional was that you kind of have a solid proof that there's a difference amongst groups. Non-directional hypothesis was that researchers stating that the difference amongst groups exist, but previous information or previous research is not strong enough to specifically state this. So you're kind of suggesting it more than proving that the difference exists among groups. Then a little bit about the principles of methods reading. I really learned about the census versus sample. Census was that you're measuring the entire population. Generally, this is not affordable or a realistic time-wise for research because you want to make sure that you get your data collected in a timely fashion, and if you're measuring whole university or even multiple schools, this would not be realistic at all. So that's why you turn into the samples, and if you do this right, it should pretty much resemble the results from full population. It definitely fits better into the research model overall. And then lastly, kind of how I would relate these readings to our research. So no matter what type of research you're doing, you definitely want to make sure that you avoid biases. So our group is measuring or comparing on-campus to off-campus students and their mental health. So these research questions should be similar to both of these groups. And if we're asking different types of questions or our questions are worded in a way that they're biased, we're definitely risking the validity of the whole research. And then the book was mentioned that in quantitative research you want to ask how and what questions and make them a bit more broad, I guess, so that you're again not risking the validity of your research, but also so that you're not kind of skewing your students one way or another. And then I didn't put down any kind of specific questions that I would like to ask, but I think overall we're trying to focus on questions that would be related to students' willingness and awareness to use mental health services. So it should be an interesting research. We actually found through our previous assignment that there hasn't been that much research done on kind of comparing on-campus and off-campus students, their mental health, and their willingness to use these services or their awareness for these. So it should be interesting, and that should be all. Thank you.